crocheting. Well, I'm not crocheting, but Captain's Vlog. And I learned what show I was talking about yesterday. So let's get into it. Live stream coming at you pretty early so that I can get my chillax on for the rest of the night. Watching 1 through 6 of Watchmen. It says 2019. So that's the show I was talking about. That's a movie, right? Isn't it a movie called Watchmen or The Watchmen? Or like, isn't it a superhero called The Watchmen? I didn't know that there was a show. I just learned that it's a show starring Regina King and a couple of other people that I don't know by name, but I've possibly seen them before. Um, one of the one of the actors looks like the actor that played Anthony from Candyman. The newest one. It looks like him. Looks like it could be him. I don't know exactly. But yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what it's about. I think I'm still watching episode 1 or maybe 2 now. With the watch along, and it's called Watchmen. And then it has the mention of Tulsa in there. Immediately, I thought of okay, so it said a couple of vocabulary words. It said Tulsa. It said parallel. Well, the people that I'm watching it with said parallel universe. Um, so I thought Lovecraft Country when 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 Lovecraft Country when they went back to Tulsa to get the book. I think they were there to get the book, the spell book. And while they was there, Tick somehow met up with his son. So while they were back in the past, Tick somehow went to the future, met up with his son, got a copy of the book or something like that. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen if you hadn't seen Lovecraft Country. Um and that was a parallel universe to their universe at that time, or an alternate universe. So I like how it's like it's the possibility of that is like has been said and set up in other shows, and this could possibly be cross reference material. Maybe, maybe not. Since it's a parallel universe, it could cross, it could not. It could be totally different universes. Like in Spider-Man, there were no, not Spider-Man. Um, Flash. In Flash, there were different Earths and alternate Earths, which is alternate parallel universes and all of that. So yeah, so cool beans to see and hear that. Um, hmm So crochet wise, Captain's Vlog, I have created a set of teddy bear ears for a hat. Um, so I've created a pair, uh, and I've created a pair of cat ears. So that's what I was working on yesterday. I had created all the parts, and I just needed to put them all together. So I put the cat ears together, and I put one of the bear ears together. I got another set of, or I should say, another pair uh, of bear ears to put together. They're a different kind of bear ears. I'm resting my wrist right now. I seem to need a rest from crafting at the moment. So this is the, let me put it up. This is the, on your screen is the, one of the bear ears here. And this is the cat ears, the cat ear. So I have those two pairs ready to add to a hat. And then I have like the circular looking ears that I have to put together. So yeah, working on that slowly so it's not too, well actually I took a break because when I was putting the cat ears together, I feel it in my wrist here that I really need to uh, take a rest from that motion that I was doing. It probably happened when I was knitting or crocheting before I knitted, or both. My stitches were tight while I was knitting. That's why I kept going up in needle sizes, crochet needle, knitting needle sizes. However, it wasn't working. So it wasn't loosening up the stitches. So I thought maybe I had twisted them. So that's why I took it down and restarted it with the bigger knitting needle size to see if that would help me get everything to where it's flowing correctly, flowing with ease. Okay. Wow, I said all of that in less than 10 minutes. um, anything new? I don't know if there's anything else new. that has come out. I usually look for new movies on Friday to see if there's any new releases. It possibly is. I just hadn't looked for them. I know The Blackening is out now and for streaming. 28 years will be out soon for streaming. If it's not already. If it's not out already, is coming soon. Last I checked. Last I checked. Uh, I have watched it through watched alongs. I hadn't seen it firsthand. The what I said, 28 days. Yeah, 28 days. I hadn't seen it firsthand. I have seen it several times actually through watch alongs and reactions. And from what I've seen, it in that way, it doesn't have a connection to the first two. Now, if I watch it firsthand, I may see a connection to the first two. But right now I'm not seeing it, and I hadn't heard anybody that said that they saw it. Any connections? It seems it's its own thing. Um, it seems that, but I could have missed something by not watching it firsthand. I just haven't seen anybody point it out either, the connection between 28 years and 28 days and 28 weeks. Which, if you think about it, 28 days and 28 weeks don't have a connection either. Not directly. You would think it does because of how 28 days went off. And you would think it would have a connection between 28 weeks and to 28 years because of how 28 weeks went off. Somewhere in there, cargo happened because cargo happened in the time where everything had done already popped off. And it was established that people were making it do what they do. I forgot how it started in 28 days. Because I guess in 28 weeks, it had already been established that that's what was going on as well. Yeah, they were already living like that in 28 weeks as well. So in that movie and 28 years, it all of that was established already. Like it wasn't, the first pop out. I forgot how long it had been in cargo. Cargo, I think they did mention like how long they had been living like that. Which they probably could have kept living like that for a little longer if what's the name hadn't got antsy and went over there to their yacht, because something they must have loved that person in their yacht, because they let that person in their yacht be. I don't know if they knew that person in that yacht or what. um I think his name was Steve. He went in that yacht, and I don't know if they was home at the time or if they were laying dormant. But I think the person in the yacht got uh that other family man as well. I'm not sure though, but I'm like, who else could it have been? Because maybe he went up crawling up in that yacht too. I don't know. But whoever was in that yacht had a heap of supplies. I don't know if they was out shopping or what. I think they were dormant. And maybe Steve stirred them up when he went and ransacked the place. I mean, he ain't teared up. He just took some canned goods and got up out of there for the most part. Then here come, what's her name? I think her name was Ellen. Helen. What's her name? I think it was Helen. Oof. Like, girl, just let it grow. Please, just let it grow. Just let it grow. These is a pop. Like, it's a time to let it grow. And I think you gonna be all right. If you like, she was like, I need a haircut. She wanted to keep herself uh trimmed no matter the times. And I'm like, I mean, I mean, if that's what you want, girl, if that's what you want, like, okay, okay, that's you, cause girl, you need all your spidey senses around here, like, child. Woo. She needed all her spidey senses. Goodness. Watchmen. is looking interesting. Um, soon as I saw the title, I was thinking of the superhero. I think he a superhero, and he got like the mask. Well, he got like a face thingy, and it be changing. It be looking like them ink pictures. So that's what I thought. And then so in the show, people are wearing masks, and I'm like looking for the one that changes like the ink splotches, because I'm thinking it got something to do with that superhero, but maybe it don't. I don't know. This is my first time seeing it. I hadn't read any details or descriptions or anything about that show. I just seen it, and I just yesterday, and then I just started watching it. Oh no, well, I seen somebody do a reaction to it, and I joined the watch along to see it. Hello there. Hello. Hello. How art thou? Hi. I saw someone do a reaction on Tales from the Hood, and I was pleasantly pleased. I was like, okay, because I like to see how people like, or I like to see their opinions on like stuff I don't watch. Like, okay, how did you enjoy that movie? So I watched it. I watched their reaction. I was like, I like that. Uh huh. Yes. Like your opinions there and your reactions. I do. I do. I did. I have seen Tales from the Hood a, a few times. Dare I say, several times. um, and I was like, who is this supposed to scare? Because usually, movies are made to scare people. I'm like, who is this supposed to scare? Like, who's the audience? Like, I mean, I don't. Is this supposed to scare somebody? Because I'm thinking it is just because of how it's presented, but at the same time, it looks like it's entertaining. So it seems more entertaining than it is to scare somebody. I don't know. But yeah, when I my first few views, I was like, who is this supposed to scare? Like, who is the audience this is supposed to scare? And then I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know who this is supposed to scare. But now I'm like, okay, it's probably just entertainment, for entertainment purposes only. It seems. And yeah, with the newer ones, I have seen the newer ones, and they were seem to be for entertainment purposes as well. Nah, they were scary now. They were scary now. I was a little like, woo. But then I watched it again and again and kind of, I found the humor in it after a while. I did find the humor in it after a while. It took me a minute to find the humor because I'm like, what's so funny? Like this, but like I did have to like watch like some movie reviews and reactions to see other people's enjoying it in a different way. I'm like, okay. So I watched it. I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. Okay. Not so scary anymore. Yeah, but I don't know what the Watchmen is about all the way. Like I said, I just started watching it, and like I said, I don't know if it has anything to do with the Watchmen, the movie. I just saw that there was some likeness to the outfit, the one he has on, and then the one they have on in the show. So that's what got me to watching it. And then there's the name. So yeah. Oh, anything else? I'm liking the Christmas movie that I'm watching so far, starring Keisha Knight and Patti LaBelle and Tim Reed. I had to look up his last name. I'm like, oh yeah, his name is Tim Reed, like Christopher Reed, Tim Reed. Okay. So yeah, Tim Reed in it. And I hadn't finished it. I've been taking my time with it. It is called. I've been watching it for 2 days. That's how I'm taking my time. Like I'm pausing it, doing something else, then go back to it. It's good. I'm savoring it. It's like I'm savoring it. It's called New New Orleans. Wait, is it called a New Orleans Noel? I think that's what it's called. A New Orleans Noel. A New Orleans Noel. Yeah. Yeah. A New Orleans Noel. It's so cute. Give you that cute, give you that Hallmark feeling. If you like that type of thing, um, it's real cutesy. Um, uh, Very festive. Even in New Orleans, like uh, Keisha's character, Keisha's night character, she wanted some snow, but of course they're in New Orleans, and so Anthony, I don't know his actor's name, but his name in the show is Anthony, and he went and got her some snow. I was like, so he went and got her some snow. It wasn't the real kind. It was from like a parade. Um, he was able to get a hold of, and he put it out, laid it out, and it was fake snow. It was paper snow. It was like confetti type stuff, shredded paper, and they laid down and made snow angels, which really didn't come out like snow angels because it's paper. So whatever, but it was cute though. It was cute. It was real cute. I was like, okay. I was like, thank you, movie. This is what I was looking for in a um in a Christmas movie. I like those feelings that just like. And then okay, so I'm gonna be making me some pralines. They're called pralines in this movie. You may have heard them called pralines, but in this movie they're called pralines. And the Patti LaBelle character makes them, and her grandson Anthony, he's trying to figure out how to make them without her recipe. Now he did try to get his hands on her recipe, but she won't let him have the recipe just yet. She won't. He got to do it himself. So he's been like he's 4 attempts in now that I've watched as much of the movie that I have watched. He's like 4 attempts in. His fourth attempt, his grandma Patti LaBelle. Her name isn't Patti LaBelle in the movie, but his name is the only name I know in the movie as his character, and not his actor name. But yeah. So in his fourth attempt, she tells him an ingredient that he's missing to balance out his recipe, and she talks to him about the recipe, the pralines, and uses it as a metaphor. She says that pralines are everything, and I like how she's speaking about it and talking about the balance of the recipe. And like I said, I'm gonna be making me some pralines after watching this, because he done gave a few of the ingredients. Now she done gave her ingredient that he's missing, and then you put it all together, and I'm gonna have me some pralines. So uh uh Keisha's night character, she usually spends holidays by herself, which she says she doesn't mind. However, she's only been doing that since she's lost her family members. So in this movie, she is working on a project. She's working on house renovation for Patti LaBelle, and she's working with Patti LaBelle's grandson Anthony. Both of them work in that field, architect, design, and stuff like that. So she got them paired up to work together. And Patti LaBelle is also inviting Keisha Knight to eat with the family, festive events with the family. Made her. I think she made it. She said she made it. It was an embroidery. It looked like it was an embroidery shawl, and it was a big. What do you call that? It was right there. Oh, it's right here. Oh my goodness, it's right there. Embroidery, not appliques. Oh my goodness, it's right here. Um, initials, but not. I'm not looking for that word. Not initials. I'm not looking for that word. I'm looking for embroidery, applique, initial. Not embossing. Okay. Well, she had it. She had it made for Keisha Knight. Presented it to her via gift bag. Told her that she makes those for the family members every year, and they were like big letters. They weren't like a small like that. They weren't small. They weren't medium. They were huge letterings, and it was like I think it was at least two letterings, and so she's given Keisha a family gift. She's invited Keisha to partake in their family photo and welcomes her to, when she's ready, get all this family love and let Patti LaBelle's family love on her. Her words. And Keisha like, that's all well and good, but this is y'all's family, and thank you so much though. But Patti LaBelle is like, look, I've been there before when Patti LaBelle's character lost her husband, and then so the job is done. Keisha Knight is getting ready to move to go somewhere she had wanted to go in the first place, because that's what her job does. It takes her to these different places to do what she likes to do, and then she move on to the next place. And Patti LaBelle like telling Anthony to to give Keisha Knight's character a reason to stay in stay in Louisiana, and because I think Keisha lived there. Yeah, they both grew up there, and they both had crushes on each other when they were younger. So they kind of revisiting that. Like, they didn't let each other know. Okay, so they had crushes on each other like in college, but they didn't let each other know that. So now that they're older, they're letting each other know that. And so she about to leave. She kind of don't want to leave because she kind of sad, but she kind of running from the fact that that's not her family, and she been used to staying alone, and she miss not used to staying alone, but she miss her family, and her family's not there. So she really just trying to get out the way of their family events. But they like, no, come on, take a family photo, and she like, for real. So Anthony got what do you call that? A trolley cart, a trolley train, or train cart, train car. Um, Out in the front of Keisha Knight's place that she's staying at while she's in Louisiana, and because where her house is, where she was staying while she was there. In the street, there's a track for a train car, and so he got that out there, filled up with his family members inside. I guess to pick her up to take the picture. I guess because that's where I'm at right now. That's where I paused it at. So I don't know what he about to tell her, but she done went outside. Her best friend and all of them, they done went to school together, and he kind of looked like he got eyes for the friend, because he was like, why you ain't tell me she was finer than ever? And I'm like, say what? Oh, I mean, if that's what you like, go for it. Don't be, going, if you like Heather, don't be going for Keisha. Go for Heather if you like Heather. Go for Keisha, but you going for Keisha like you like Keisha, but you looking at Heather. Ugh. Anyway, see, if I go there, then I'm not. I'm only talking about what I like about the movie. So he got the trolley car out in the front, and I that's where I'm at right now. He said something to her, and now she's about to give her speech on how she missed her family and this his family, and that's why I posted it. So it's done been paused since yesterday, or yeah, yesterday. Um, but yeah, he just looked at Heather like, and I'm like, okay, well go talk to Heather then. Ain't no, how folks say, ain't no skin on my teeth. Go talk to Heather. It's fine by me. Go. There she go. Cause boy, he was like drooling when he saw Heather. When he finally saw Heather, he was like, dang, why you ain't tell me she was on and popping like she been in high school or whatever, however long they used to go to school, high school or college or whatever. He was like, and I'm like, okay, what is your letter to Santa finna be? Like, you got me thinking your letter to Santa gonna be, hook me up with Heather, Lord. Like, hey Santa, can you make that happen? Like, but yeah, so his letter to Santa was, um, hey Santa, I've liked this girl for a long time, and now I'm ready to come out about my feelings to her. And her name is Keisha Knight. And he let her read that letter. He let Keisha's Knight character read that letter. Because I was waiting on him to say Heather's name in the letter too. The way he was looking at Heather. Whew. I'm like, yeah. And then Heather kind of said something too. Heather was like, why haven't you introduced me to the family? And I'm like, yeah, why isn't she coming over to the family's events? But yeah, Heather had to stay where they're bunking at. Heather didn't come to the party with her, to the family party or to the family dinner. So I'm like, yeah, why? And then the first time they meet, all the college, I don't know, reunion. It wasn't a college reunion, but the three of them did go to school together. And so the first time he sees Heather, it done been like a few days, done gone past, and that was his first time seeing her. And I don't know why what they chose to put it in there. They chose, I guess, to kind of throw us off the scent, to maybe think that he was going for Heather instead of staying focused on Keisha. So maybe that's why. I mean, like I said, it's fine by me. If he go for Heather, go for Heather, you know. But uh, please, you know, just it's like they getting swept up in the holidays and things like that, and then after the holidays, you know, he might be hollering at Heather. So, but I mean, it was almost like a wolf call when he looked at Heather. Oh, like Drew and everything. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness. Mm. But I done stayed on that. I mean, it was just plain, it was just obvious. It was like, like that's a possibility right there. Which it could very well be, you know, it could very well be. So for the most part, the movie has those those feelings of giddiness. For the most part, it has those feelings of giddiness. Yeah. So I like it for that, and I like seeing Tim Reed and Patti LaBelle, and Keisha Knight. Those are the people that I recognize. Okay, my camera is kind of higher. I had it perfect yesterday. I'll be back to reading my book at a later date. I'm not reading it today or maybe tomorrow. I might return back to it on Monday. Let's see. Or Tuesday. Just because I was trying to avoid certain topics around a certain time and things, but I've been kind of watching stuff anyway. Like spooky stuff considered spooky. What is it called? Uh, not is it called Spooktober? It could be. I kind of been participating in Spooktober. Oh my goodness! I did say I wasn't going to. Yeah, I did say that. I said that. Like, didn't I? I kind of did. Like, I don't have a list. Like, one year I did make a list of movies that I was gonna watch, but I didn't do that this year. I kind of been, I just been watching them as they come up, and enjoying them that way. Uh, so yeah, getting my Spooktober out the way real quick. Oh my goodness. I was thinking of a book to recommend you guys for Spooktober. It is something I've already read. I read it last year. Um, if you guys would like to read that type of book, it's two books though because I don't. Oh yeah, I was thinking of that story. They are memorable. Oh my god! Like if you, well, memorable to me. Um, but I get the two books mixed up though, um, because I kind of read them maybe a bit back to back, so I don't know what stories in what book. Both of the books are like an anthology book. They have different stories in them by different authors, and Jordan Peele's name is amongst the authors, and I recommend both books. Read them both. I did. Um, the spooky book so far that I've read this year is Halloween. Uh, I'm trying to think of the name. Um, Screen Party, something like that. It's Halloween Screen Party, something like that. And the one oh, and I read I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 1973 version. Did I say that right? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, I read that one. The original, the 1973 version. I really enjoyed that book. Um, More so than the movie. The book was cohesive. Yeah, the book was cohesive. I think I watched the new movie. I don't know if I watched the older movie or the newest one. I don't know. I hadn't compared them that hard, but I did enjoy the book. The original book. I hadn't read the newer version of the book yet. And then I started Halloween, the old Myers place, but I hadn't finished it. Now I'm reading The Girl with All the Gifts. Um, it's considered sci-fi, fantasy, thriller, mystery. I don't I don't remember it labeled as horror in the genres. I could be mistaken though. Horror could be in the genre. I remember it saying fantasy, sci-fi fiction, thriller, mystery. Uh, I'd have to look it up to confirm if it's labeled as horror or not though. Last year I had a whole list of books that I was going to read. This year, and I did read them. I did. I read a great chunk of books from my list. I actually read everything that was on my physical shelf, and then I started reading everything on my wish list. I'm trying to think if I read them all on my wish list. This year, I don't have a physical list on my physical shelf, except for the things I've added. Like this year's my reading is very sporadic. I've been enjoying just picking a book up just like that and beginning to read it. That's like my most fun thing to do since I tried it out last year. And I really enjoy reading a book like that. Like, because I held on to books for years and just read them last year, which is fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. I had a couple of books I was holding on to for years. I finally read them last year, and then after I read those, I just picked up a book and started reading it like that, and it just was like so refreshing to read a book right then and there. It was just like a breath of fresh air. It was like after so long of holding those books that I was holding, like waiting for the right, I don't know what I was doing, just waiting for the right moment to read them or trying to schedule when to read them. I don't know. I guess a bit of all of the above. And then last year, I finally, like I was saying last year, I finally made it a priority to read because I do enjoy reading. And then after I did that, after I read those books I was holding on all those years, and I just, if I think about it, I can think, I probably can pinpoint the book that I just picked up. I did talk about it last year when I did that. It was like, and then I talked about scheduling a read or putting off a book. I think it was Hunger Games. It was close to me reading Hunger Games. Um, because I had talked about it. I was like, if I had read it, I could have read it and had been done with it. Like, but I had like put it off, and that feeling wasn't. It felt, it feels more pleasing to read it right then, like when I want to read it, versus scheduling to read it. Like, if I can, I'll pick it up and I'll read it. It just feels so exhilarating to do that, uh, versus scheduling. Because it's more like putting it off. It was a book I kind of was putting off because I was reading another book. So I felt like I couldn't start another book till I finished another book. And then I discovered, hey, books can be like TV channels. You know how you flip through the TV channels? You can flip through the books and read multiple books at one given time. You know, you just put one down and pick up another. And boy, was that a discovery for me. So I really had some great discoveries last year that I've been implementing uh, this year, and to enhance my reading uh, enjoyment. And one of them is, if I see a book and I would like to read it right then and there, and I'm gonna do it. And that's how I started reading The Girl with All the Gifts. I didn't even know it was a book. I saw it that it's a movie, and I hadn't watched the movie yet. I'm putting that off a little bit. And now that I see that it's a book, I'm like, I got a book club pertaining to reading books that are movies. And yeah, so I'm about to read this book, and then maybe I'll watch the movie after I finish reading the book. The book is good. The first night I started watching it, the first night I started reading it, I stayed up reading that book till I couldn't keep my eyes open no more. Like, I was so sleepy, but I was still reading. Oh boy, I was trying to read that book. Cause I'm like, it. Oh my goodness, it's just it's a lot going on in that book from the beginning, and then the part where I'm at, it done popped off. And oh my goodness, before it popped off, this teacher did something. I mean, I say it like that, but okay. So she broke a rule. They got boundaries. They got boundaries with, and she overstepped her boundaries. She broke the rule. That's what the sergeant said. I think he's a sergeant. And when she did that, and the book described how it was, I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm like, who is reading this book so that I can so we can chit chat. Like, please, like, I gotta make this a book club book, right? So we can discuss this, because that was a oh my goodness moment for me. Like, the description, oof, the description be getting me. I believe, oh my goodness, like, books do it better. You hear me? Books do it better. Like, books do it better than the movie. Like, I don't know yet, but see, I haven't even seen the movie. Just from experience, the books I've read and the movies I've seen, the books do it better. Like, I'm getting so close to reading like Lord of the Rings, so that I can enjoy those books. If I think that books do it better, and I like watching the Lord of the Rings, the movies, I'm probably gonna like be so in love with the books. Probably. That's how I'm thinking. Because I really enjoyed the movies. I watched the Lord of the Rings movies back to back to back to back. Like, back to back to back, back. Literally. One went off, I put the other one on. One went off, I put the other one on. And so on and so on. So I know I enjoyed those movies. So I'm probably really going to enjoy the books. Now, Lord of the Rings, I hadn't even read the books yet, but the movies, I already like the movies. Now, Lord of the Rings is like the only movies that I like that. Like, out of all the movies that I've seen, Lord of the Rings, all of the movies and books that I've read, Lord of the Rings movies is like the only movies that I like that. Like, but I hadn't read the books yet. Okay, so with the books that I've read in comparison to their movie counterparts, I like the books better. So yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be real interesting to read Lord of the Rings, the books, since I know I like the movie, and that's the only one I like that. Like, I can't think of any movie that I've liked with a book that I've read. Like, that's the only one. So it's kind of unfair, maybe. Bias. I don't know. Um, like, I don't know. I don't know. I I, I got a handful. I got a handful. It's not like I've been reading all the movies just yet. I've started though. Got a good. I got a good few under my belt. Just a few. I just got a few. Just a few. Um, Trying to put a few more under there. Uh, to, just to enjoy them. To enjoy them. Nothing more than that. Just enjoy. I really enjoy the Harry Potter books that I've read so far, better than the movies I've watched. Really. Like, I remember the books more. Like, and I haven't read them all. I jumped in at number 4. The Goblet of Fire. I hadn't read 1, 2, or 3 yet. I read 4, and I think I read 5. I read 6, and I read 7. I think I read 4. I read 6 and 7, and I enjoyed them better than the movies. I think. Like when I get up to like 5, 6, and 7 of the movies, I don't even think I've seen those. I've seen 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those are the books that I hadn't. Well, I've read 4, but yeah, 1, 2, and 3 are the books I hadn't read, but they're the movies I've seen. I enjoyed Bird Box, the book. Really, really enjoyed the book. The book. I think I read both books. I think I really enjoyed both of the books. If I read both of them, the books had the movies meshed together. Like if you've seen the movies, the books were all the movies meshed together. Like in one of the Bird Box movies, there was some dogs. Well, the book has that. The books were good. I like the books. Um, Gremlins. Love the Gremlins book. That was real good. Okay. Phew. Awesome. I kept my voice. Actually, my voice is about to leave. I can feel it. So made it just before my voice left the building. Chit chatting about books and films. Um, Maybe The Watchmen has a book. I don't know. So yeah, if I don't know if it's a book or not, and I find out it's a book, I'm reading it. Just like I did with Jurassic Park, but I hadn't finished it yet. I started reading it. Jurassic Park. And I do like Jurassic Park. Dare I say? Yeah, I did it. Oops. And Jurassic World. I like the Jurassic Worlds. Um, so I started reading the book because I've been like rewatching them. I don't know, just it's a movie that I was rewatching the parks, not recently, but a while ago. It's not been a while ago now. But then I started rewatching the Worlds more recently. because I kind of like the worlds more than the parks. And really enjoyed um, the animated series, both of them. Uh, and the animated series corresponds to the movies.